played against Saya player in the past, and obviously they have X-Actor coming into the roster. He's a very strong operator player. While I have a lot of respect for Saya player, I think I would win the operator. Nobody's beating me in chamber. I have no fear. I'm El Diablo after all.
Well, there you go. The fans have been begging, of course, to see Ye. So a first glimpse, a little bit of an hors d'oeuvre as we do get ready to go into the matchup here. But, I mean, also a lot of confidence being exuded by him, saying, you know what, yeah, I know Xcurate is a very strong op player, but I still fancy my chances. I've beaten Saya player in the past. I think we're going to do just all right.
Yeah, I mean, how can you blame him? He had a tremendous year in 2022. He was truly El Diablo incarnate during that season. And, yeah, last year was a little bit rough here and there, but you have to think in the back of your head that this guy still has it. There's no doubt that his ability to kind of dictate and take control of matches, put up huge multi-kill rounds, whether it be with the operator or whatever, is terrifying for anybody to go against.
Yeah, I mean, even with the, last year, taking that into consideration, I think you still have to be nervous going up against Ye, just because he has such a reputation. You don't get called El Diablo for no reason. This guy, I'm sure that on the opposite side, and again, with Saya player having played against him in the past, I think the overall record between them is 2-1 in Ye's favor. He's probably saying like, oh man, more of this. Like I thought I escaped this by coming back over to Korea.
He's like, Xcurate, your turn, step up, bro.
He's just following me at this point. Yeah, Xcurate, can you please deal with this guy for me? We'll see if they're going to be up to that task. But, again, also, if that chamber is going to be at the forefront of the meta here for those two players.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you're almost hoping to see as a fan, but you never know. I mean, on a map like Breeze, that's not a chamber map typically, so I don't think we're going to see it off the rip. Maybe Lotus, you definitely start to feel it more on Split.
Sure.
That for sure is a chamber-type map. So if we can hopefully get to that map 3, we might actually get to see that duel that we've been hyping up.
It feels like Lotus is maybe the staging ground for that one, just because you have significantly better and more reliable rendezvous setups. But here we go. The agent select is now on your screens. Feast your eyes, because it's Ye playing Neon.
Nuh-uh. This is well outside of any possibilities I had drawn up in my head today for what Ye would be playing on our first map here in VCT Pacific. This is absolutely wild. Not an agent he's really known for by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, it's, obviously his calling cards are, chamber. Yeah, I mean, exactly. So how is this going to work? Like, is he still going to be opping with it? Are they maybe going to be relying on someone else to scoop it up? Like, sometimes you'll see Sovas on Breeze grab an op here and there. Are they just going to bypass that all together? Do they have a different game plan? I mean, this gives you, in some ways, like an extra layer of that, like, map control with your smokes, right? Because Neon has, the ability to create another lane for herself, that you can kind of even divvy up the map a little bit more, and it's going to be really important here, in my opinion, for Egoist, who's typically a Sentinels-type player. He likes to play more like Cypher, KJ in his history. Is he going to be able to really place those flashes well? Because that's going to be really important, not only with the nerf, in play, but with all those smokes, you're going to have to be really pinpoint accurate getting them into place.
Yeah, but I mean, just taking another glance at it, these are such different compositions across the board. So, I mean, straying away from this rumored Yoru meta here is Bleed Esports with Ye rather coming out here with Neon, solo duelist, whereas T1, I mean, there's so much quick aggression here between that Yoru and the Jet.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see what T1's got cooked up. I mean, again, from what we saw with them at the AVL, it seemed like their teamwork, their coordination was really, really good. So, it's a team that I feel like can lean into a comp like this and get the most value out of the Yoru. I don't think it's going to look anything like, for example, Forsaken's Yoru. I don't think any agent that Forsaken plays looks like anybody else in the world. He plays all of his agents very in his own unique style, but
sure,
I expect this to be really about, making sure that you set up for good times for the TPs, making sure that you can get the opportunity to really cause that chaos and confusion that Yoru is really well suited for on this map.
I'm just curious to see how Bleed comes out the gates with this one, because they're going to be starting on the defending side. So I don't know how much aggression we're going to see from them on the defense, but I can see a hell of a lot of it coming out on the attack. Not just because you have that Neon in general, but just the layers of utility. I can almost see this operating a little bit similar to Paper Rex's Harbor Reyna composition on Ascent, where you have those walls coming up from the Viper from the Harbor, send that Sky Flash through, send out that relay bolt to try to get the stun off, and then just completely surround people and choke them out of a sight.
Yeah, I think that very well could be. I mean, for me, for Bleed, it's all about their ability to control space, right? Like their ability to utilize that extra layer of smokes and speed that you have with the Neon to get flank angles, to do exactly what you're talking about, to smother them. So I love what you're saying. It's going to be really curious to see. I mean, originally, you think back to Breeze and the very early iterations of it, some people were experimenting with Neon on there. There were people who were trying it with various levels of success. I think Paper X was even one of them way back in the day, but it fell quickly out of the meta. It kind of just became sort of the jet show, as you kind of expected. But, this year, teams have had a lot of time since the end, especially Bleed, since the end of Ascension, to come in here and workshop stuff. And certainly, this is not what anybody expected for Ye's debut in Pacific.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it felt like it was, bound to be just one of the two that you always consider him for, and especially with Breeze, like, okay, well, he's just gonna play the jet. That's just kind of gonna be what we see. But big surprises coming through here from the side of Ye. And I mean, another question is, on the defending side playing this Neon, do we still see him take up the operator? Is he going to be trying to close gaps and go on flank angles, from this Neon?
Yeah, it's generally not an agent you associate with operator play. You're looking for up close and personal battles a lot of the time. Sometimes you'll grab a judge and try to just zoom in there and take people down. Really powerful sometimes on eco rounds when you're grabbing a Stinger or a Spectre or something like that. You could get a lot of value out of that Neon. But is this going to be something that Ye has been really workshopping, that we're going to see kind of a new flair to Neon play that we maybe haven't really seen in VCT up to this point?
One can only hope, but here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like at long last, our prayers will be answered, and it is time to get into game. T1 versus Bleed here on Breeze to kick off VCT Pacific 2024.
And we haven't had a ton of time to, because we were so focused on Ye, talk about some of the other things going on. Izu's Yoru, we touched on it a bit. He has played it a few times before. He is generally more of an initiator, but he's a really flexible player. He can play a lot of different roles. So I think Yoru suits him well. He's played it like 3 times before in the past, so this is something that isn't super uncomfortable for him as a player. Darion as well, playing on that Harbor. That's really unusual for him.
Some change-ups coming through here as I spy a pause timer. We got 6 seconds away.
We almost made it.
They had us in the first half. Not gonna lie. Gear issue.
Oh, yeah.
My arch nemesis back again.
I think we're now like really starting to realize this is the T1 curse. This is.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's probably plenty of people who are pointing towards to you and I, more particularly me. When it comes down to pauses
it's you.
and
It's
being
not
cursed,
me, dog. Yeah.
But it's not. It's actually T1 because we had a pretty extravagant, let's say, pause at the beginning of last season, and it was also T1 in the debut matchup. So it seems like they are just absolutely cursed. Went up to Wawa, team manager, and he also said, "Dude, I don't know what it is. We just suck at opening days, and we are just cursed with having issues."
I think I need to dial up a new ritual for them. I've got my DRX ritual when they're at global events that I do. Maybe I need to dial something up for T1 to
get a Faker jersey.
Yes,
a couple
please.
other things.
Yeah. I'll take one of those any day.
Piece those together.
Just give me that anyway. But yeah, I mean, something that we could cook up to lift this curse from this poor team has been really tough. I just confirmed this as well as scrolling through because I was like, because Darion, by the way, is normally a duelist player, right?
Sure.
In case people at home aren't super familiar with Bleed, Darion has been a long-standing Jet player primarily. He'll throw in a Chamber, he'll throw in Reyna, a few other things here and there. But him playing on Harbor, his first official match on Harbor ever.
Okay. I mean, high-stakes situation to bring that one out here for the very first time, but it's also not like on the opposite side that Xcurate has a ton of experience when it comes down to playing the Harbor. He's the one who's going to be piloting that here for T1. We got to see a bit of Harbor, I believe, from him during the AVL, but how much has it improved since then?
Yeah, and how much has his brother been teaching him Harbor? Because
has his brother been teaching him Harbor?
Well, yeah, that's
at
a good
this point,
question.
that's potential competition.
Exactly, because his brother plays Harbor very different than most Harbors. Like, a lot of Harbors are going to be more of, like, in the back, just setting up the executes, you know, with their smoke walls and things like that. But for the way Forsaken, for example, plays it, he's more of a, like, he sets up for himself a lot of times with his utility. He's using those cascades to isolate fights and win, like, easy, you know, it's a 1v2 that he can turn into a 1v1 with a cascade, for example, and he can take those advantages. So is that something Xcurate's going to be leaning into, a little bit more of an aggressive Harbor style? Is it going to be a little bit more stock standard? It's kind of something that's rolling through my mind when I see him on that agent.
We'll see. Of course, referencing his brother for anybody who's not in the know, Xcurate, famously, brother of Forsaken from Paper Rex.
Yes. I felt like we talked about it so much that I'm kind of just like,
we talked about it a lot in the AVL.
Yeah.
And granted, a lot of people were did have their eyes on that, of course. Just in case there's anybody new hovering around that wasn't too certain about it.
Yes, we do have some brothers in this league now, and they play for different teams. T1, Xcurate, it's going to be the brother of Forsaken from Paper Rex. So, of course, Xcurate has a long, storied history in tactical shooters.
I just thought of it. I remembered from the first season of Korean Challengers, or Korean VCT that we had back in 2021. I remember being outside with Stacks at one point during a break, just getting some fresh air. And I was chatting with him a little bit. I wasn't sure how his English was going to be, and he was talking about, he said, oh, you know, like, I kind of want to go, I always wanted to like play in America or something like that. My brother plays over there. And I was like, your brother? Who's your brother? And he said, Zeta. And I was like Cloud9 Zeta. And he was like, yeah. And then I realized way later that he meant like the literal translation of Hyung.
Oh, he meant like his like friend. Oh, okay.
Basically, he was just trying to say, oh yeah, my friend.
Yeah.
Because the literal translation of that word in Korean goes to brother. I was like, man, that's a hell of a relationship.
That's a great, great set of genes they got going on there. The Susanto brothers are actual brothers.
All right. Well, hopefully, no little debates from that timer. I have my eyes on you as it continues to tick down. 10 seconds.
Right here.
All that's separating us now from these barriers dropping and battle commencing. And it seems like things are finally going to be underway. So, ladies and gentlemen, please feast your eyes now on the pistol round. The barriers will drop. And T1 start inching their way forward. A triple push up through elbow for the moment. Just waiting on the opposite side of the Viper wall.
Seems like they're going to be leaning in towards a mid to B push potentially, leaving Rossi sort of that anchor on the other side to watch for rotates, and here we go.
What's going on the jumps there? Pulls back behind the boxes. Trailblazer going out, looking on the Han side. Player does get stunned up. Relay Bolt going to be thrown in as well. Now Xcurate going to be dazed. Gets taken down. Yay! Finding first blood here on the stage. Looking for a little bit more as he swings out. Side player able to take him down, but Darian and Egoist continue to hold the site. The flash is good. Saya dead. And now it's all on Rossi, who's lurking on the opposite side of the map, creeping his way through halls. But you can see it is being watched. Scary. Wise to it. Manages to shut him down. A team ace here for Bleed as they take the pistol round.
Yeah, really well set up for this push. Just completely surrounding this attempt. Reading it very nicely. No real ability for the side of T1 to get onto that site even. Completely smothered out of it. Not even sure if Izu got into his TP. He had set it up into the top left corner of the site, and it just fell apart before it even started, really. So good angles and everybody getting involved in the action.
All right, well, looks like we're gonna go straight back in here. I was enjoying the synthwave for a little moment there, but hey, look, it's our
it's the Outlaw.
Yeah, first sight to that one. Crazy guy able to find a kill. Off screen there, taking down Saya player who's deep at halls.
Of course, that is Rossi.
That is Rossi, yes, I was trying to say. Due to some of the issues.
The legendary pack extra player has returned.
Yep.
The last time it was 002 when it was Jing.
Yep. Oh, man, the swing out and Crazy Guy just instantly finding the shot. And this is the concern when you go into these eco rounds. Is somebody's got that Outlaw. That one-shot will kill. Xcurate now already tagged up. Puts a little bit of damage back here on towards Ye. They bolt to help try to slow him up. Darian just holding off here at A main. Dark goes out, quick clear coming through. The walls go up, Xcurate tucked away, just lingering there on top of the box. Darian eventually able to find that kill before he he can take any damage.
Remaining.
Swings back out, catches Izu, now is just looking for Carpe, who, yeah, just no hope in hell there. Just a classic in hand, can't find any damage dealt. Darian will pick up 3 to close out the second round.
Yeah, pretty clean there for the side of Bleed. And now things get interesting, especially with Ye there only taking a ghost into that round, saving a lot of extra money here for their bonus. And what's that going to look like? You can see Crazy Guy doing a great piece of work with that Outlaw, expecting to see that in play, expecting to kind of keep those half armor metas in check potentially. A lot of ability for an agent like Sova to play off the Outlaw, because if you do some damage with those shock darts, or if you get a reveal, there's high penetration on the Outlaw, just like the Sheriff and some of the other guns, so you can really hit hard through walls potentially. There aren't as many opportunities on Breeze, obviously, but something to just keep in mind.
All right, well, now with the full buy coming through here. Scary already going to be tagged up as Egoist, just lurking here in the back half wall. Swings onto the corner, managing to take one down before he falls. Gets rid of Carpe, but Saya player and Izu both get one apiece. Scary now gone. Ye with the Guardian hand could certainly deal some damage here. As the Yoru clone goes walking past. Excurate going to hold the close angle, but one shot from the Guardian would do it, but Excurate just a little bit faster, managing to stay alive, gets the headshot. Ye gets taken down, plays up against the wall. Push out though, the point blank. Crazy Guy gonna need to use this one like a shotgun, pushes on the timing, managing to catch him with a bow in hand. Takes him down, Saya player strikes from behind to finish off Darian. As T1 will get themselves on the board in the third round.
Yeah, T1 opting to dial up a fast execute here, using those double walls of the toxic screen and the high tide to get into the site and then really isolate some good fights, swarm around their opponents, and then execute again. I talked about some things that he might have learned from his brother, using that cascade to set himself up for a nice opportunity. As soon as he hears that U-tilt being used, he just swings the corner. Or you can just hide there and wait and kind of hope that the player doesn't really check that angle fast enough. Give yourself a really good opportunity.
Well, I posed the question, and the answer has already arrived. Ye has an operator in hand, going in round 4.
While he was cutting funds.
And the timer stopped again.
Fake news.
But that operator, though.
Yeah, but the operator is what matters. I mean, now you totally understand why he was cutting funds earlier.
Oh, okay.
A timeout already.
A timeout from T1.
Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, rejoice! This one was by choice!
Even the fans are
I mean, everyone's hearts, it just come like an inch away from stopping when they saw that, and then it was like, oh, it's a T1 call timeout, and they're like, yes!
Yes! Well, when you noticed it, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Just playing with our, pulling out our heartstrings there. But, I mean, I potentially like this a lot from T1.
Go ahead.
I think that, oh wait, oh no, never mind. Seems like maybe it's Bleed.
Oh, it was Bleed's timeout.
Okay, might have been a misfire.
Why would you have liked it from T1?
So if it's a T1 timeout, I like this a lot because this means that they're likely, that Autumn is anticipating that operator is going to be coming through into Ye's hands, even though he's going to be playing the Neon.
Yeah.
And maybe he has an idea of specifically how he wants to play that on the defense as a Neon, but now I'm not sure what to think. Either way, early shock dart out and a snake bite over there at A main.
Well, I guess you've got some good escapes, right? You've got the relay bolt, you've got some walls.
Oh, you've got a jumping Carpe. The shot, the flick, not going to connect. TP forward here in the mid from Izu. He's hoping to clear out that drone. And I really like the scaling so far here from T1, but it's not exactly being matched anywhere else. You can see the double hang back here from Rossi and Carpe, anticipating maybe some forward presence coming out of halls rather than taking space over in A main.
And this is going to be tough for T1 because how quickly Neon can rotate around the map. It's going to be tough to keep track of that op. Crazy Guy already taking down one.
Yeah, Rossi going to fall. Darian now snapping over, finds Excurate, finds Isu as well. The 2K for him. Crazy Guy jumping back across. It's the spot on them. It's the spike now. Starts to get planted. But a 2v4. The odds very much stacked against them here. Saya player needs to open things up, but he misses his window of opportunity to find the headshot. Crazy Guy stays alive and doesn't suffer any additional damage. They know that Saya is in a forward position. Can they catch him off guard? Dart out, finds one. Spots the other, the Sky's there, gets him before dashing away, challenges for the fight, but runs out of bullets! And now it is all on Carpe. The new IGL dodges away from the relay bolt. Ye swinging the corner, Carpe wants to take the fight, but now the snake bite gonna be forcing him back on the other side of the pyramid, and Ye just continues to swing, gets the op shot, and Bleed will maintain the lead.
I mean, what a hold here earlier from Darion. Picking up those 3 kills is absolutely tremendous stuff. Not being just bothered at all by kind of transferring away from his usual role of duelist onto the Harbor, holding fast. And again, some of that information that Ye gets early, noticing some players into mid, rotating way around to the other side. They don't get any contact. They send a Hawk into mid as well. And that allows them to really get Darion prepared to say, hey, be ready for A, bro. They're not putting any other pressure on any part of the map. And he's able to handle it really nicely. Now, look, Saya answered, and you expect this out of Saya, a player of his caliber. Now he's got the Blade Storm in hand. Darion does have his ult as well. So now Darion is going to have to be really kind of kept track of here by T1 to make sure that they're not going to really have that be a problem. Izu, dimensional drifting.
On the hunt, but I mean, wisely, everybody from Bleed just very much pulling back away, and they know that there's going to be at least one on bridge, but otherwise he's seeing nothing at all. So it's just going to be maybe an attempt at a flood retake here from the side of Bleed, and maybe even quite literally because that Reckoning is available. There's the drone, Saya. Yep, needs somebody to clear that out, but knows that he's likely been spotted. Takes the full flash to the face, throws down that cloud burst, and now Reckoning going to be invested. Goes up over the top, and oh, he still comes away with one! What a shot there from Saya player, but the kill still being found here for Bleed. Moves away from the relay bolt, the rest of his team still falling down, takes that shot, gets the aim punch, and ends up falling. Now it's all on Rossi. Comes up with 2. Wolf thrown in, but Ye getting himself over. Just holding here on that spike, and as he jumps out of the poison orb, Scary, he's not able to adjust for him in time. Scary gets the kill, and Bleed now moves up 4-1.
Man, Darion is feeling it. He is so quick to react right now. This delay did not bother him in the slightest. He is really popping off. And I love the way that Bleed identifies their win conditions in this round. They say, look, we've got the Reckoning. If they hit the site fast, we're going to give them space for the Yoru ult as well, so it doesn't have any real benefit in this round other than it, you know, kind of lets T1, okay, no, there's an open site, but you're going to be able to use that Reckoning to get some information. You're quickly identifying Saya's position with that drone, playing off of it nicely.
Double sniper coming through. Again, that Outlaw here in hand, knowing that everybody on T1 is on that weaker buy. Crazy Guy just brings this one forward again. Ye, in the meantime, posted up, shifting his way in towards tunnel to peek into mid. The Saya player is trying to inch his way forward. Okay, well, it's not Crazy Guy or Saya coming up with the kill, but it's going to be Ye back on the opposite side. Izu taken down. It's a bit of that punching power, as well as the flashes now eliminated here from T1 in this thrifty attempt.
Carpe, one of his calling cards, definitely the Sheriff. Let's see if he can find some value in this round.
Oh, Saya spotting one for a moment, and it seems like he just takes the bait. Chasing in towards Crazy Guy while Ye has the covering fire. Beautifully rotated there from the side of Bleed. Scary, maybe an opportunity here for Excurate to get the jump on him. No reinforcements nearby. But now it seems like he might have sussed this out, and he has.
Toxins going up.
Scary's reads is continuing to be absolutely excellent.
Toxin screen down.
As usual.
Anticipating this presence here in the sights. Carpe, again with that Sheriff. Can he get himself on the board? Needs that first kill, but Scary swinging the corner, takes a bit of damage. Not going to be able to find the kill, the jump up. Rossi will be able to find that. It's the setup here. As that spike plant can come through, but a 1v4. An ace clutch needed to try to close out this round and stem the bleeding here.
One away from the pit, potentially, if things go really well for Rossi.
Don't be on top of him way too quick.
I don't think he'll get a chance to use it, no.
Anyway, should have it. We'll have it going into the next round regardless of what occurs here, but just watching to see if he's going to be flooded from that back side, swinging out, taking a couple shots. Now they all know exactly where he is. Challenge taken. And matched. Egoist able to find the kill. It's just going to be Scary getting taken down. Cash aplenty here for the side of Bleed overall, as they will now move up 5-1.
Yeah, it's looking really clean here from Bleed to start. Everything you would want and hope for as a Bleed fan. I mean, Ye, even though he's on an agent that you don't really get to see him on very much, he's having no problems. He's doing exactly what you would expect from him. A great angle to hold there. Saya had been noted earlier down that hall, kind of expecting the push and setting up for the bait and switch. And Scary gets one. Rossi's had a couple good kills late in the rounds, but it's usually when he's in very difficult situations. So good on him to find value where he can, but now you've got a lot of big ults coming into this, and I like this timeout for T1, for real this time, because they have 3 ults online, right? They've got the Reckoning, they've got the Viper's Pit, they've got the Hunter's Fury. So this is going to be a round that you really want to make sure that you win. This is like where your ult rotations are really coming into play, and so you cannot afford, with the way that this match has gone so far, to fumble this round.
No, certainly not. I mean, this could be a bit of a breaking point here for them. So obviously, you know, with some of the updates of Breeze, it's going to take some time. We need to get some more eyes on this map to see which way it's overall going to stray, whether it's going to be that defender side or the attacker side. But historically, we have seen a lot of attacker presence and a lot more dominance on that side of the map. So I'm curious because, you know, starting things off, only having that singular round to your name at the moment, if you can't close this one out with 3 ults to try and utilize, that could very well be spelling disaster here for T1 for the rest of this map.
And with double duelist in play as well.
Sure.
You know,
I mean, Izu's 1, 6, and 2 at the moment.
Yep.
That impact has not been found, and, you know, Carpe as well, lingering down there at the bottom of the standings. Saya player can look to try to turn the tides here as the operator does come through.
Now they're expecting maybe Bleed to try to change the tempo, change the pace off the back of that timeout. Not going to come through. Enemies start making their way in. Carpe is going to find a spot, using that high tide to cut off the front side of Pyramid there. Saya making sure as best as he can that those angles towards the right-hand side of that Pyramid are clear. TP in. Izu is going to take some space.
Checking out right here near the front. Flash going out. See the double turn away there, but now the reveal coming through. The spray, but not going to be able to find the kill. Pit now going to be invested here. Rossi tries to make this a bit more unassailable, and the Reckoning as well is going to be invested. Send out the fake out, but Izu, actually, Scary manages to find the real thing. Takes him down. First blood of the round here for Bleed. As that gives him significantly better odds of being able to push up in towards this pit. The Fury now coming through. Side player able to find one. Yay. Just sprinting across. This crazy guy comes up with a second. Rossi and Carpe both taken down. Execurate now, the last one standing, and Crazy Guy gets the 3K. Only one player lost, Darian, the casualty, as it's such a heavy investment from T1, but they still can't come up with the goods.
And it just seems that in some ways, straight up, they're losing their duel battles as T1. They have some decent executes here. They're doing the right things in terms of getting the plant down when they can, but it's these post-plant scenarios that are very, very challenging. The timing there for Izu is the wall going down. Scary ready for it, able to best him, and that is unreal from Crazy Guy. Oh, and he gets another tag even.
Had him on the reveal, just knows exactly where Execurate is. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the Beast from the East, a title given to him long ago, and continues to have relevance to this day.
Don't get in my way.
As the pit now coming through from Scary, just looking to cut off this A site, and I mean, what a read. They still could very well overwhelm this Viper, but you see Scary really looking to back off of this one. Here's that drone coming through. We'll play back. Assessing that is going to be a fake out. Sends out another bite before you're trying to make his exit. Gets tagged down, 36 HP. He still manages to slink away, but the pit will fall.
Yeah, good read here from T1 on the positioning of Scary. The utility kind of giving it away. And Scary pays the price a bit, and he has to lose that pit as well. So, yes, he bought some time, and you gave a really good read here for Bleed on where this execute is going to happen. So they're able to shift Crazy Guy over to help out.
They are, and now the call's coming through for the other two players to start working their way across. Scary just going for the spam. Izu going to be revealed there, but not in a position where he can be punished. As he sends out the pop flash, pushes up, managing to finish the job there on a Scary, but Crazy Guy still standing his ground. Takes some damage, but gets the kill on Izu. Now Ye going to fall. Execurate finding one, finding two. Great snappy shots coming through from him. Crazy Guy will be able to shut down that. Bit of a run back there. Ego is now in a 1v2 scenario versus Rossi and Saya player, and as he swings out, Saya sat between the pyramids, I should say, manages to finish him off, and T1 will be able to get themselves a second round win.
Yeah, T1 here finally able to find some of their firepower as Execurate coming alive, finding 2 big kills in that round. But in general, I really like, I mean, it's great pop flash, but I really like the way that Bleed is working and reading the map. They're using this double initiator to really get the information that they need onto where T1 isn't. Like a lot of times, like you think about, okay, the Hawk catches somebody and it makes that noise, or you get a spot with the Dart or something like that from Sova. But sometimes when you're not getting information, right, like you're not getting any pings in mid and stuff like that. And now look at this, they're getting a little bit aggressive with their space. Scary is starting to push elbow. And T1 completely shifted over towards A side, gonna make yet another go with this dimensional drift to try to clear space. Darion trying to get the heck out of there, but he's spotted.
The ping coming down, chasing him. Carpe perfectly lining him up, not allowing for Darion to get the jukes out. Yay up on top of bridge. Ooh, spots him for a moment, still gets a shot, drops down off the top. It's a high player, not in a position that he can chase. Dart comes in, swing out, Yay, knowing that this is some forward presence. Decides to back off, throws out that relay as well. Cloudburst not going wide enough, so side player cannot fake. But he's actually swung out. Oh, the shot, that snap was nearly there from Ye, but Saya managing to strike. Jump peek, the shot connecting, scary. Likely going to be forced back here as the save call could come through. Should come through, you would expect.
Oh, Egoist.
He's waiting. I mean, any damage that he can deal is still going to be good, but
Rushi!
managing kind of scoot back away from that one. Now the reinforcement swing coming in from Scary. In position to try to get the spawners, they double face in. Scary able to find one. Can he do more damage? Look at Rossi, can't manage to make it happen. Two players lost, so still some economic damage dealt here from Bleed, but T1 starting to rally back just a bit.
Yeah, next Curate getting really vocal here, trying to get his team into the thing mentally, and a great read by Rossi there at the end of the round to not get punished by that off angle. Being
it all starts
by
with
Egoist.
this setup, though.
This is just a great setup, using that dimensional drift to ping down your opponent. So, right, like, maybe if you're somewhat new to Valorant, you don't exactly understand how this works. So when you're in the dimensional drift, you can't be seen. You're invisible.
You're a ghost.
You can be kind of hurt if you get close enough to somebody, right? But, like, essentially, you can spot somebody out, ping it out for your teammates. So a lot of times you see this, like, somebody getting into a Viper's pit and find the Viper. Oh, Saya. Nice shot. Shot crazy out of this round, but just a ping to set up the Hunter's Fury.
Okay, well, here's that aggression from the Neon. Yay, pushing forward. Leave out through elbow. Manages to collapse on top of Excurate, so takes him down. That's going to send everybody here from T1 over towards this A site. Scary still just sat in back, and see the rotations very heavily coming through. Rossi on this forward lurk. We hear that rotation moving forward. Is okay, that's going to be the flash taken care of. As Scary, I don't think he was ready for that wall to go pushing that far forward. Izu managing to find two. It's him and Gary on the jump now through the wall. Yay! Struck down by Carpe, and that leaves Egoist all on his lonesome.
I like
this
the
just
attempt.
became madness.
Yeah, this has been a really scrappy map.
Egoist not sure which way to look. Still manages to readjust, taking down Rossi. And as he pushes outside player, boosted up on top, up in hand, we'll be able to take him down. Again, not clean rounds here for T1, but they're clawing it back. 3 rounds consecutively, putting them just 2 away from tying things up at the half.
Yeah, it's just a really good hold from T1 in their post plant, not really giving up too much space. Izu here in particular finds a beautiful timing on that fake out. Scary shoots at it, reveals his position, and that really makes it easier for Izu to line up his shots, have his crosshairs where they need to be. Saya player, I know we've been talking a lot about Ye and his op, but Saya player, guys, is a tremendous operator player as well. Has a Blade Storm, so he's going to pass the op over to none other than Excurate.
Quick flash out, and looks like basically for the second time so far in the map, T1 have their eyes set over on this B site. The rotation call already coming through here from Bleed. You can see it's just a full send to try and reinforce this position. A Saya player boosted up on top, watching the jump down, and somehow Izu comes away with that one. 20 HP remaining, but he takes out Egoist. Man, it's going to be a full approach here from that defender's side. Fast lane sent up, relay bolt. Not going to connect. Saya can maintain the high ground, but that flash definitely messed with him here. It's Carpe falling. Attention was split. Manages to get taken down. Side player finding one, dropping down. Keeps himself safe for the time being. Yay, though. Putting the stinger to good use. Now sends out the lightning fingers, but Saya replies with a swift headshot. Taking him down. The wraparound from Izu. Comes up with a final 2. A 3K overall for him in the round, and T1 are rescuing this half.
Not a bad attempt here from Bleed on their eco. Getting Carpe completely isolated between some of those smokes where he just is in a tricky spot where he's got a couple players looking around that he has to look for and gets taken down. What a play by Izu here.
Just barely to get that kill.
Just barely. But then he's able to then find a great timing to swing around the back of the pillar, get a couple big kills. But Saya being able to play a little bit of Overwatch, get a lot of information from on top of that post he's got. Now, operator in hand, gonna duel Ye.
I'm sure that was an intentional pun, but relay bolt not coming through. There's a slide forward. Izu again, though, trying to hold them back. Yet again, Dimensional Drift online, spotting out Scary, but Scary, he's found Rossi, takes him down, we're into a 3v3. The push out, gets the headshot. Izu fighting on for the ace. Can he get it? Yes, he can! A bit of a rough start, but a rock-solid finish here in the first half as Izu will find the first ace of VCT Pacific 2024.
And this is a player that may not be well known globally, but here in Pacific, especially in Japan, this guy has been an absolute monster in the VCJ. He has been tearing it up for years. Now given the opportunity on Tier 1, and you can see why. Brilliant stuff, gets the Dimensional Drift, instantly pops it. Scary's looking everywhere, trying to find him. The pop flash through the wall is brilliant.
And the pop off at the desk.
You love it.
Well, first one of the tournament thus far as we go into halftime. Swap sides and see who's going to be able to come out on top. I mean, just given how everything had begun, that 5-1 lead here from Bleed shrunk down to absolute 0. 6-6 between the two squads. We'll see if Izu can challenge the record for most aces in a series in 2024 so far.
What is the record?
It's Oxy with 2, right?
Okay. Oh, in 2024.
In 2024.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, Oxy is him, so that 4K he had in that pistol round was so good earlier today. But, I mean, what a round there from Izu. Finally starting to get some of those kind of cheeky little plays you can do online, setting up his teammates at times, and this time around setting himself up for success. And I believe that's 5 rounds in a row there, at the end of the half for T1.
1-5 to 6-6.
Unreal. I think I saw a Sheriff maybe, but
Ooh.
I don't believe it.
It rears its ugly head once more.
For real, it's... Well...
For long it lay dormant. But now it is reawoken.
Yes.
Well,
I was hoping it would be El Diablo that was the thing that was laying dormant.
And would reawake. I mean, man, we've been seeing the glimpses of that here for sure. But it seems like it's going to be something else here. I'll let the audience take a guess as to who might be affected.
What?
But, yeah, hopefully nothing too severe and we can get right back into this one quickly once more. Because it was a fun half, honestly. You know, just I would not back and forth nature. Back and forth in the streaks, I suppose. But just given what we were seeing here from both the teams, I like some of the snap calls that are coming through, the reads that we were seeing there, especially when Bleed was, continuing to streak up towards those initial 5. It was looking really good, not just kind of trusting in the call to say, like, okay, this is going to be the site. This isn't a fake out or anything like that. They are hitting the A site. They are hitting the B site, being fast to try and respond.
And again, so much of that is the extended amount of information they're able to have with the Sky, right? Like, you've got a Sova and a Sky. So they're really able to stretch the map with their information gathering. And of course, on point of contact on those rounds when they were 6-1 were really, really good. They were getting a lot of those first bloods, getting a lot of those first kills that kind of made it even easier on themselves. But as T1 started to dial up the tempo, dial up the pace, Izu found his footing, X-Curate had a good round in there, Asaya had some great moments. So, kind of those players you're looking to for T1 to be the ones to really pop off when you need them did. It started to swing the momentum back into their favor.
But overall, we've seen both teams still maintaining high spirits throughout this one, throughout all of the issues that have happened, throughout just the back and forth natures. We got a shot of, obviously some El Diablo fans, but also our Korean casters on the opposite side of the arena from us.
I bet I could throw something and hit them from here.
Probably, but that would be assault.
Yeah, I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying I could. I'm having a Napoleon Dynamite moment. It's
something like, something light, like a
it's like a
tennis
paper
ball.
Yeah, tennis ball. Sure.
I don't know if you'd have enough momentum with a paper ball, though.
Maybe a paper airplane then, just like...
You have to give that a really high arc.
True.
Throwing a paper airplane up usually results in it crashing down.
Yeah, they're more like glide, like straight glide. Yeah, that's
exactly.
True, that's true. You got a good point.
But either way, it seems like everything is taken care of. So let's get back to the action. Second half here of map number 1. 6-6 the score line is T1 now going on the defense. And look at the stack here at A main.
Well, this is going to get intense pretty quick, it looks like. I mean, this has been such a fast-paced map so far.
Yeah, just backpedaling, getting himself here up alongside the rocks. Flash going through. Send him back here for a brief little moment. Execure going to find that first blood, but Ego is quick to trade one back, but Carpe now claims him, as things will get evened up a bit. Carpe coming away with the second kill. The push coming through. Ye catching him with util in hand. Not going to take any damage from the shock dart either, as Bleed will be able to make their way now onto the site. Two Ghosts versus Saya with a Sheriff, Rossi with a Classic. He's got one Snake Bite to play with as he taps the door here in Halls. Sends the bite out, but Ye and Darian both taking backside positions here. As, it's just some ring around the rosy. Ye expecting him to still be up towards door. Rossi swinging back now under bridge. Either way, neither of them going to be catching the other.
Oh, I think Saya
picks him out of place. Spotted him. Two shots in. As he swings back out. Darian ready. Has the lineup. There's the jump out. The kill not going to be found. Still, however, Rossi gets the jump. The HP so very low here from Ye. He's got the ghost if he can get the headshots. Perhaps he can get done as he's going to come swinging down around. The hold to half. Stone Cold here from the side of Rossi. Taps back on. The swing out and Ye wins the fight.
And just a little smirk from Ye there. The shake of the head. I mean, another valiant attempt here from Rossi for T1, and I love the way that Ye plays the beginning of this round. Completely anti-flash, has his back turned the whole way they're walking through, so that way, you know, if Izu tries another pop flash around that corner, it's not going to affect him as much, or if there's a flash needed from Egoist to try to bail them out, it's not going to affect him as much. So, nice little set play here from Bleed off the rip, and it was bloody in the beginning, but Bleed definitely able to come through, and now they're going to maybe turn up the tempo or just play for orb.
Well, it's both pistols so far going into the hands of Bleed. Execure it, backing away from that forward position. Relay bolt more than enough to try to scare him off as Saya player all the way up here. Just on top of Hatch. Or drop, whatever you want to call it.
A couple Sheriffs invested for T1. No Ghost this time. It's a Stinger in hand for Ye on the follow-up, so maybe not going to be going for that early op. Got a spot, couldn't find the shot.
Had the Stinger in hand, so even if he had some damage, it wasn't going to be anything too significant there. As he really wants to try to flush him out of this position, and he will be able to do. Saya player in the meantime, that deep lurk, Red taken out, Scary with the Guardian able to find one. As Ye with a Ghost comes up with 3. And that now leaves Izu all on his lonesome, but not for very long. A quick snappy shot from Scary to finish the job, and once again, it's going to be Bleed, closing out a pistol, closing out that anti-eco, but this time, flawlessly.
Yeah, good news if you're a Bleed fan. Looking really good on these pistols so far. Follow-ups, very strong as well. And yeah, he comes out with a Stinger, but still had the Ghost in the back pocket there for Ye, putting it to good work. He's able to carry that over from the previous round. So clean, man. Just great stuff from him. So prepared for that bridge push. Crosshair was right where it needed to be. And that is fully what you expect out of a player of his caliber. A lot of space being pushed for orb grabbed. Izu setting up for potential pop flash. Can't really budge.
Oh!
What in the world?
It seemed like Ye was going to be the hell out of there, but no. Just a pixel away from avoiding that headshot. Izu able to take him down, blind through the wall. That's a fantastic setup here for them.
And that's a nice play from Izu, because he knows that if they're in there, they're going to be backing up. Ooh, Crazy Guys took a ton of damage.
Yeah, counter spray right through the corner, but that's going to be Rossi taken down, not ready for Darian to be that far forward. Izu now tucked away. He sees the orb. He knows that Harper is going to be behind him, but wants to try to catch the push out here. Playing it patiently. Oh my goodness. Finds one, swings out, can't quite get the jump. Darian avoiding that dart. Actually, it might have been Crazy Guys. It was Crazy Guys, actually. And Darian now going to be taken down from that backside position. It's all on Crazy. It's just an Ares in hand. He'll be able to find one. Saya dead, but the defuse is being held, so his consolation prize is just going to be a rifle. Picks that one up. Keep his life intact. Avoiding being hunted. His T1 will be able to close out the bonus.
I just love these little tech plays that you're seeing from Izu with his flashes, and this time around it's Excurate setting him up with the Cascade, and then he bounces one over the top, and his whole play here is just, look, this either hits someone or it doesn't matter. If it hits them, they're going to be backing up, and I'm going to hold the angle for the retreat and just spam it down and hope I get a kill, and he does. It's a really cute little play. Pretty sure Darian got heard back there by Izu. Was able to call that out for Excurate for the bailout. But nice patience there from Izu, really having a nice map for himself right now after a rough start. And it's going to be on their heels a bit is T1. Carpe, current IGL for T1, trying to lead the way with Seekers, most of them getting cleared out.
Double spray across, but Ye still able to avoid all those shots. Actually swinging on the corner, does get a couple bullets there on towards Carpe, who's trying to swing aggressively and trying to catch that spike planter. Unable to find it, however. Wall now going up. Xcurate is trying to really isolate this spike. Ye narrowly avoiding those shots. Shock dart goes in, does weaken him. He's able to find one, but Darian takes down Carpe. So far, the 1-for-1. Another wall coming through. Xcurate pushing them back. Cove comes down. Side player looking to protect in case the aggressive push comes in. Cove now going to be broken. The spray down comes in. Rossi going to be taken out. Izu sending out the pop flash. Pushes in, but Eco is managing to take him down. The lineup is there. Xcurate and Side player both finding the kills. You know, it all comes down to Scary. The bite comes in. Side player dead.
Poison's off.
Xcurate and Scary in the 1v1. It was held to half. He's waiting for the push forward, but Scary draws down the weapon, gets the clutch once more.
It's everything you could want from Scary. This guy is so smart, so disciplined. If you didn't know his name before, you will by the end of this year, I guarantee it. The guy is just an absolute monster. So well positioned there. Nobody, and he knows it, to really mess with him on the Snakebite lineup. And he can launch one and then start making his way in to make sure that, especially with the clock ticking down, that there's no real hope. What a bounce in. And then just finish the job. And there is few players in Pacific who are going to be as clutch as Scary. The guy eats, sleeps, and breathes clutches.
I mean, yeah.
Go, go, go.
The conversation around best controller player in Pacific just becomes so much more complicated
It does.
this year. As Scary, speak of the devil. Well, not that devil, the other devil.
He really, yeah.
Fine Saya.
He really made you look good there, man.
It's just he has such a great sense of understanding what his opponents want to do,
Yeah.
and understanding their tendencies.
Yep.
Saya loves to go for these excursions down hall to try to get some backstab opportunity, and he just continues to read it like a book. I think it's the second time he's killed him in this position.
And he understands timing so well. He really has a good feel for the flow of the game, especially post-plant, but here, right here. Oh, Xcurate actually wins that.
Okay. Comes away with one. Nico was thinking about sending the flash, and he's expecting him to still be up top. It's Carpe. Comes up with two, and suddenly there's a man advantage for T1. Rossi still with a classic in hand. They can recover one of these weapons, which they will need to do quickly as the time is dwindling. Ye with a bit of a fadeaway and Xcurate on no HP will get dropped with relative ease. Izu now with just that Sheriff in hand. See if he can deal some additional damage here, but the round wildly has gotten away from them. What is that shot?
Whoa!
I don't care that they lost the round.
Whoa!
That was so crisp, so nasty from Izu. Good God.
That is filthy.
I mean, what a topper to to lose a round on. That was just gorgeous from him, but the round still goes the way it bleed. Stretching away from T1 even more.
Play from Carpe here, doing some pretty big damage with a couple big kills. Great job by Ye there, though, to identify with the gun down on the ground, making sure that T1 has no hope of recovering it, not allowing them to really do any more damage. Goodness, though, Izu. He is, after 0-6 to start,
Oh, yeah.
he has come the heck online.
I mean, he was down to the dumps, and now he is living the high life. But can he go big enough once again to try to get them back into this one? The run back in the first half was very solid from the side of T1, but they're in very dangerous territory as Bleed find themselves in double digits. It's only been that bonus round so far in this second half that we've seen for T1.
Let's see how this is going to look afterwards. I mean, it seems like there's some good trades here and there, but some of these early positions getting red. Again, the first kills, it seems like when Bleed gets that first kill, things really seem to swing in their favor. Both teams with a bunch of big ults. Scary with the pit. Ye's got the lightning fingers. Darian with the reckoning. Izu with the dimensional drift. Xcurate with his own reckoning. Again, let's see if we see that combo again with the dimensional drift and the Hunter's Fury with Izu and Carpe. Kind of got my eyes on him, and they're looking for contact out of B.
Works a hell of a lot different on that defender side, though. As Reckoning first going to be invested here from Bleed's side. Darian's looking to clear the site, and clear it he has. Now that the rotations come through, T1 could try to utilize that Yorosova combo here in this retake. As there you go, Mask goes on. Pit, however, now going to be coming down. As Saya player, this time he's the one catching the rotation. Crazy guy going to be taken out. Hunter's Fury crashing across. Yay, up the box, and Saya not being communicated to. Ends up getting taken down. Able to come away with that one. Carpe down Darian with that Hunter's Fury, and then Carpe gets the headshot to finish him off. Execute trying to hold down that spike to half. Ends up falling. Scary again, finding a kill with the snake bite. Flash in, spray across. Yuzu strays right into it. He falls down as Carpe is trying to get them over the line. And with the 4K, has he managed to make it happen? The time it's going to be so very close here, but should just about, yeah, they have it with a couple seconds to spare. In fact, 1.7. I can do math. We round up the two.
You were close
That's
enough.
a couple.
Yeah, I'll give you
Either
it.
way, T1, they finally managed to get themselves back into this one just a bit, but it took such heroics from Carpe.
It did, and oh, he gets 2 on that tag. Absolute insane stuff. I mean, again, I talked about it earlier. We've seen a couple different ways that Dimensional Drift is utilized by T1, and this time around is to clear the pit. And it was something I mentioned very, very briefly earlier on, that it's a really good ult to do that, because there's no real recourse that you have as the opponent to giving away the information, the positioning of that Viper to either force them out or find a kill. And in this case, they're able to at least gain the space. They don't deal with Scary. He's going to pop the lightning fingers.
I've got your trail.
Drive out, Ye on the hunt, swings the corner, headshot through, and Ye comes up with 2. Execute and Rossi absolutely broken down in a matter of seconds. This Crazy Guy as well, just layering in that Hunter's Fury. And I mean, at this point, it's T1. Side player, no money. Yes, he does have the Blade Storm, but you have to call that you just back off. You have to allow for Bleed to just move up to 11, because there's just no hope in hell.
And all it takes, you know, Ye is that caliber of player where he can just take over a round, get a big multi-kill, and it's done. And as an opponent, you have no other choice but to sit back and, you know, let things play out. And the good news here for T1 is they're going to be able to pass the rifle over. I think they're going to be able to buy plus, yeah, for sure, plus the Blade Storm for Saya. So they'll have essentially a full round. Just Saya won't be able to probably carry over a assault rifle into it. But, I mean, it's just crazy. And again, headshots do matter, right, with the overdrive. That is something that they changed a while ago. And Ye just hits one right out the gate onto Excurate. Makes quick work of him. Finds the follow-up. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, the round was over within seconds, and as you mentioned, Saya player not going to be having any rifle coming into this round. Does have the blades. That and then Reckoning, both available to them. See if both of those ults are going to come into play, but for now it looks like Saya off the rip is going to go pushing forward.
Well, this round has to work.
Just way into mid, Flash coming out, but this leaves Rossi all on his lonesome to try to hold down B, and as the flood comes in, he has to pull back, so Bleed will be able to take the site. See what kind of post-plant situation they can set up for themselves, as you spot Scary lurking very far back near Record Shop.
Well, at the very least for Bleed, this is a great call from Crazy Guy to recognize the weakness in T1's formation. Find them leaning towards A. They're able to exploit it. Yeah, Ye's going to take a little bit of damage.
Fight to force them back. Reckoning coming through. Ye avoiding that pop flash, managing to find the kill. Swing out of the corner. Can't find anything more, though. His Carpe will get one, but Darian strikes back with 2 of his own. Saya and Rossi, the last 2 standing. Rossi managing to out-duel, takes out. Egoist and Darian just continues to swing out with 33 HP. Somehow keeps him alive in this. Tap onto the spike. The shot's coming through. The snake bite thrown down. Scary, able to find one. He knows that time is on his side. He knows they have not held this to happen. Saya player gets the headshot, but I just don't think he's got it. Ticking away. Oh, finish! No. 0.05. Saya player saves the round.
Oh, Scary.
Absolutely unbelievable from Saya.
I mean, he's been so good in these situations so many times, and Scary just peaks literally 0.05 seconds too soon. And Saya punished. I mean, what tremendous poise from Saya player.
Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I turned up my game sound because I thought that one was done. Listen, surely there's no way. As Rossi now just sending the pit here to try to make B unassailable, and it seems like it might have worked. His quick check over towards elbow. And a fairly swift drift away here from Bleed as they start working their way maybe towards other sides of the map, but maybe it's just a fake back here.
Yeah, and Crazy Guy with an Odin. A lot of spammable walls on the B side, hoping to maybe exploit that a little bit in this situation. Instead, it's going to be T1 thwarting the attempt. And you do have a lot of presence here in mid for T1. Try to cut off these rotations, especially with this high tide here.
There.
Or excuse me, the Cascade. You got to start wondering.
Right here.
This double push-up actually through Hall,
Take flight.
which the drone will be able to check for. Oh, no. He turns it back down, and they don't shoot at it. They're just waiting patiently
Oh
here.
my.
Can they get the jump on him? The slow creep down, but seem to fade away there. This Crazy Guy starts working his way the opposite direction. Side player now trying to hold down tunnel. Finds Ye. Pushes up. Gets himself aligned here alongside the box. Everything just pushing past him. His vision completely obscured. There's a strike from behind. Izu and Excurate make their presence known. As Egoist and Crazy Guy caught off guard. Now falls to Scary and Darian to try to get Bleed up to map point. They find themselves in a 2v5. Scary, he's broken through positions like this before. Scoped in, the ADS, he sets up for some damage, but he can't confirm the kill, so Rossi still lives. TP going across, Izu on one side of the pillar. Scary again, noted, forced back, but Darian comes up with two. Side player and Carpe both falling. Excurate managing to find the kill. The push forward, Scary not ready for Izu to be on the left-hand side. As T1, this time not quite as close, will be able to get the defuse. And they keep themselves alive as they also reach double digits.
Really like the setup here from T1 and from Rossi on the B site. Again, talked about how it was nice. A couple rounds ago, Crazy Guy kind of had a good read on where he could find some weaknesses in the formation that T1 was going to be setting up. Again, they've been hitting A so many times, you know, expecting that lean in that direction. This time around, expecting the B hit potentially again, and Rossi able to thwart it. And he's also got his Poison Cloud set up on the box to keep Saya safe to cover that angle as well. So it's really well thought out, kind of multiple layers here for T1 to make the B site unassailable, to throw the round into chaos for Bleed, throw their plan A out the door, have to dig deep.
There's the Reckoning, there's the fast lane, the push-up getting ready to come through, and Saya plays forward, catches Ye with that vulnerability. Does get revealed, backs off, just trying to avoid these Reckoning pulses for now. That is one hell of a way to shut down the push. They know that they're on a weaker buy. And now that they're down their entry, this makes things significantly more difficult here for Bleed.
You can see now they're pumping the brakes, just looking to see if maybe T1 will get aggressive again. It's got to be in the back of their minds what happened in the previous round, where they started pushing space and it cost Bleed dearly. And they're really trying to wait for this opportunity, see if they can spot someone over peaking.
Drone going forward, Rossi on the drop down. He's got that vulnerability, and the snake bite takes out Darian, and now the spike is stranded here within the site. Crazy Guy with that Ares needs to put it to serious work if they want to even do damage here in this round, let alone win it. Spray's coming through, not going to be finding too much of anything.
30 seconds
Tries to go for
left.
the orb, will be able to take that one for himself, but here comes Excurate once again with the
One enemy
backstab.
remaining.
And yep, the swing out. Okay, it's a little bit whiffy. Didn't go for the calm play. Didn't check both sides before firing. It still gets one. Will be the casualty there for T1. But they keep pushing forward.
And Excurate so vocal there. Really, it really has been all day here today. Trying to keep T1 in this, and he's been able to bounce it. It seems like with that fire, that passion, and his timing and his presence, able to turn some big rounds around for T1. This time around, I mean, Bleed was more or less dead to rights, but still, it's going to be in Bleed's mind that you have to be watching the backside of this map. That this is something that now T1 has been creating, and T1 did a great job there anticipating the push from Ye, playing anti-flash again, so there was really nothing Ye could do. So he has to run into that site backwards.
Ooh. They end up going over here towards B. That is Rossi all on his lonesome. The TP is set up for Mizu to quickly jump across the map. For now, the drone moving forward will be noted there by Saya player. As nothing is spotted, and Carpe wants to try to reinforce this side of the map just a little bit more. Works his way up here in towards Nest. But a peek out could still be very deadly for him. Seems like Bleed, though, assessing that they want to work their way back over here towards A, where it's still going to be 4 players from T1 waiting to greet them.
You can see they're pinging it because they don't have a lot of information. And
I know Saya players in there.
yeah, you got to expect that. They've tried it before. Scary's been good to cut it off, and he's going to continue to be on that roll, potentially of watching that hall. Execute comes through.
The Trailblazer and that shot, the recon coming out. Izu going to be taken down. Yeah, again, trying to bounce his way forward, ends up falling. Execute coming up with a kill. Cove
30
thrown
seconds
down.
left.
Has to go for the reload. Starts pushing forward. It's Carpe. Lines up the shock dart, takes out Egoist. The man advantage now going to be there for the side of T1. Answering dart comes through. A smattering of damage going to be found. A Saya player continues to creep up, waiting for his moment to try to backstab, but they know that they've interrupted this spike plant. Now they all start working their way out onto the site. Darien able to find one, Carpe finding the other at the time.
10
Dwindling.
seconds left.
A Saya player ready to
enemy
strike.
remaining.
And strike he does. Stops him from planting, gets the kill, and suddenly T1 are in the lead.
Tremendous patience here from Saya. Great communication for T1. Waiting until the absolute last possible minute. The whole time during the post plant, my eyes were firmly placed on some of this great utility from Carpe, but also I was watching Scary to see where he was looking, to keep track of the angles that he's watching, because I'm so keen to see if he is going to be able to catch Saya slipping just a little bit too soon, but Saya never gives him the opportunity. It has to be a full-on reinforce onto the site. T1 calling that out gives the perfect opportunity for Saya to come in and finish the job.
Okay, well this time it was a total shift from the side of T1. The read set up for that B site. Excurate, Rossi, again, the 2 players hovering around A with Carpe quick on the rotation over here. Lead. They start taking the site. Hunter's Fury going out, looking for the tags. Crazy guy trying to hound him down, but only gets the one there onto Excurate. He survives, and that means that he is still going to have that ultimate in his back pocket. So Reckoning can be invested here for the retake.
Darien spotted out by the Pyramids. Scary still trying to lock this hall down, making things difficult for T1.
The Reckoning invested. Scary pulling back, it would seem, as Darien able to find Rossi. Shot coming through, avoids that damage. Chunk down to 45, the shock dart will take him down to 5.
Oh, Izu on the backstab.
Saya player crept up into the corner. You can see Darien a bit wary of this. Can he get the shot? Can he outsnipe? Izu swinging the corner, can't quite pick his target. Puts some damage down, but doesn't get the kill. Saya will be able to find Darien, but the time again ticking, dwindling away. And it seems like Bleed are not done yet. They will not allow for T1 to take this map away from them. The spike will erupt, and we will go into overtime.
What an incredible map. What a way to kick off VCT Pacific. Right into an overtime. And finally, Bleed is able to get a round in after it seemed like T1 had maybe finally found their footing. Take some big ultimates, take some good positioning here. And Izu there just kind of gets, you know, in that spot where you see so many targets and you think, oh, I've got the multi-kill of the century lined up in front of me.
You're a puppy in a pet store. And there's just toys everywhere.
It's like me when I see a giant tub of Legos. I'm just like, oh, yes. Let's go. We're going to the moon today. But it's a tough spot there. I mean, I like what T1 does, but again, Bleed eventually there in that last round has enough presence of mind to...
Guess what time it is?
No, I don't want to. You can't make me.
I think at this point, let's just break the overtime record.
Yeah, sure.
At this point, just
why not? I'm here for it. I mean, I fully embrace the madness. I'm all about it.
Let's go as far as we possibly can.
Yeah. I'm not on the cast tomorrow, so have fun.
I am.
I know.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to end up living at the venue tonight. I'm just going to find a nice place to curl up. Got my nice puffy jacket. Well, that'll be good enough to keep me comfortable.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Just get tuckered out and catch some Z's, wake up 3 hours later and do the next broadcast. But hopefully, once again, we'll be able to get this sorted and get things underway once again as we get ready to go into that overtime. This is just, I mean,
look,
of course.
Yeah. It's all just part of the fun.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes these things happen, and
we can only hope that the currently tied up going into OT game has been worth the issues, which I think it has.
Yeah.
Because it has been very good, very back and forth, very streaky between these squads.
Right.
And you can tell just, I mean, how much this means to both teams. Because, Bleed, both, T1 and Bleed both coming up with different rosters from what we saw from them last year. The hype behind Ye, etc. Both teams desperately want this win, and that's not even considering just the ramifications of the setup for Kickoff and how brutal this system is.
Right. I mean, you lose one match and things start to get extremely, extremely difficult for your chances of just even getting into playoffs or getting beyond, finding yourself in Masters Madrid. It's a really rocky road that you have to go through. So, what I really like is that I'm seeing like some good reads on both sides, like some good kind of understanding of the map and good ideas of like where the teams are going to go. But sometimes it is a lot of times coming down to firepower. I mean, these players are really having some big moments. Whether you think about Saya, X-Curate, Ye, Darion has been really good. So it's been, Izu has had some just phenomenal rounds, of course, with the Ace. So it's really kind of felt like a brawl. I mean, the rounds have been a lot faster paced than maybe as I was expecting. T1 is a little bit on the slower side usually. Bleed, I can get it. Ye talked about it in the video right before the match, that one thing that he kind of had to adjust to, or at least he felt when he came to Pacific, was the intensity and the pace of play is way different here. And that is absolutely true, as you're seeing here today. But I mean, he's handling it quite nicely, and the Neon, he's had a couple awkward moments, but you have to understand, like, if you're watching Ye and you're seeing him run into a site backwards, it's not like he's making bad plays. He's doing that because the team needs him to. He's doing selfless things to try to make entries for his team. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't work, but that's his job as the Neon in this case. And that's the game plan that Bleed has. So he's doing his best here coming in and, really putting up some, of course, good moments with the operator and stuff, but doing some dirty work as well that you're going to be called upon as a duelist.
Yeah, and that's actually something I really like that you bring up, because I feel like, kind of since his departure from the Americas League last year, a lot of the conversation is, okay, well, Ye needs a team like Optic was that can enable him to play this way. Maybe Ye needs a team where he can enable the other players to play a certain way. And if Bleed, if this combination of players ends up playing off, it seems like that might be the direction that it's been taken in, rather than them bringing back the El Diablo of old. It's Ye being a damn good player, but also playing selfishly or selflessly, I should say, selflessly, and enabling the rest of his team to find that impact.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I really like what I'm seeing from him, honestly, on this Neon. It is an unconventional pick. Yeah, it's going into overtime, but you're pushing a really good T1 team here to the limit on your first map ever together on stage. By the way, he's never played with them on stage. Yeah. Like, this is the first time. So, like, him having that selflessness to come in here, play like that is really encouraging. And I think as a Bleed fan, yeah, you would, of course, want the win on the map, but you have to really like what you've been seeing. Everybody here has had some really good moments. I think, personally, I'm seeing some really good stuff with their control of the map, their ability to make some pretty decent reads at times. But T1 just has really, really good responses as well. So, as expected here today, I mean, we'll see how deep we go in this one, but, this is right what you wanted. It should be 3 really good matches.
One can only help. But first, we got to get through this one. So, ideally, we can dive into this OT and see who's going to be able to take that first round. Because that's something that, as we've been coming out of the halves, the pistols have been really rough for the side of T1. They need to have a strong start with a full buy coming into this one. So
and that's
why they're footing early. Maybe they can just run away with it, but the same very much could be said for Bleed.
And, I mean, if you're a T1 fan, the good news is that's where they've been good, is in the buy rounds. I mean, that's where they've really done most of their damage, so certainly that could be the case. We'll see. Still trying to get this figured out.
Well, let's play a mini game while we wait for this to be taken care of, because we saw Crazy Guy. He's kind of living up to the name. He's bringing out a weapon in a couple of those rounds that we haven't seen too much of. He's bringing out the Ares.
Yep.
So let's play a game called Are You Smarter Than Brennan Hook? How much does the Ares cost?
Was it 2,600?
The Ares.
Oh, the Ares. Sorry, 1,550.
You are exactly as smart as Brennan Hook. Congratulations. The answer is 1,600.
He said 1,550,
Yes.
right? That's what he said. Okay, it's 1,600. You're right. I thought you said the Outlaw, and I'm like, that's 2,600, right? So no, I am not as smart as Brennan Hook.
Well, you ended up on 1,550, so
That's good.
it ends up being right at the same level.
I do my best. It's been a long day already.
It has been. It's yeah.
How much does a headhunter bullet cost in this patch?
Oh well, it's just been.
Yeah.
Wait, is the buff in this patch?
No.
No, it's not. So it's still 150.
Correct.
Yeah, and then it's going to 100.
That's correct.
I
All
play
right.
chamber.
Well, yeah, you do. You are a chamber specialist. I should have given you something more difficult. I should have been like, how much does the turret cost per kill-joy?
It's free.
Trick question.
But yeah, I mean, look, we're right there with you guys. Making the point. Game's been going on for a while. Had a couple little, buffer moments where we had to wait to get things resumed, much like this one right now.
Yeah. I mean, this is. I think you and I have all been here.
Yeah.
These things happen.
Everyone.
This isn't even the worst I've ever had.
Oh yeah, no, we've had significantly worse in the past. But yeah, people should take bets in the chat and guess how many coffees will I have by the end of today. And I'll tell you right now.
What should I set the over/under at?
Well, I'll tell you how many I've had now.
Okay.
And then you can maybe extrapolate from here how many more I'm going to have. So far, I have had 3 Ice Americanos.
Whoa, really? 3?
I've had 3 Ice
Dang.
Americanos.
How are you outpacing me on coffee? Usually I'm the one who's like draining lattes. Like it's my God-given duty.
I was sucking down the coffee like it was going to make the game start soon.
And look what happened. Didn't work, did it, Achilles?
Yeah, totally worked.
I have had half a Red Bull today, though. That's where we're heading.
Have you not had your coffees yet?
I had like 1.5.
You bought those
Well, it's sitting downstairs.
like 7 hours ago. At this
I know.
point. 6
There
hours
is no
ago.
longer any ice in my ice latte.
Yeah. Well,
It is now a lukewarm latte.
Well, admin's still on the stage. If we get any updates, obviously we'll push those forward to you lovely people. So far, flying in the dark. It's probably a bit more, of the same that we've kind of been seeing here.
Yeah,
So,
seems like it.
players just,
Seems like it from that camera perspective.
yeah, let's give them a brief little moment. Take the headsets off, perhaps. Chill. Stop your ears from becoming sore. Though they have over ears, so they have like cups, so they don't have to worry about hurting their ears.
That's true.
Ours just sit right on top.
They get a little painful after
And when you
a
have
while.
glasses on, oh boy, it can be very unideal when that happens.
That's why I gave up the glasses and switched to lenses. Do you not? Why don't you wear contact lenses? I've actually been meaning to ask you this.
I just think I don't know. I think I look weird without the glasses on. I think I've seen myself in glasses for so long because I think I started wearing them when I was 12, when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
That at this point, if I see myself without glasses, I think I look bizarre. Like, I had to not fight, but I had to have a discussion with my wife when we were getting ready to have our wedding ceremony because it's like, well, I want to wear my glasses. She's like, no. You will wear contacts because she likes me better without the glasses on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean,
She'll come up to me and she'll take my glasses off and then go, oh, like,
that's so adorable.
like now I can be attracted to you.
Oh, that's so
Like, oh, thank you so much, honey.
Thanks.
It does wonders for my self-esteem, given that I wear my glasses 99% of the time.
Jeez, man. All right, this is a good opportunity. I'm gonna give you like the one compliment I'm gonna give you all year, and you look good with glasses. I like your glasses. I think they suit you.
Thank
so
you.
You're welcome.
There's a punchline coming up. It feels like.
I don't have one yet.
Okay.
The puns are
They
really.
shoot you. I think your glasses look good, but
But
the rest of your face sucks.
Yeah, you're kind of. All of this needs a little work. Oh, hey.
The fans showing some support, saying, fighting!
Yes, we are fighting.
As everybody here, of course, is working their way through all of this nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the glasses suit you. There's no glaring issues.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I maybe I should try contacts more, and then I would get used to being away from the glasses a bit more. Because like, it's to the point where, like, even when I go snowboarding, I wear glasses.
Really?
Yeah. So
I don't have like goggles.
I don't snowboard with goggles. If anything, I could use a visor, like a pull-down visor.
Oh.
And that can go over top. But even then, I usually do that. And I'm like, I just can't see as well. So I just end up putting the visor up. But luckily,
Wow.
I have
That doesn't like bother you? It doesn't like get in your glasses?
No, not really.
Okay.
But I've broken my collarbone while snowboarding, but
Yeah.
never my glasses.
That's actually kind of impressive.
Yeah.
Like you just had to protect those. Like you love the glasses so much.
I'm like
You're
the
like collarbone. You got to take one for the team
I'm
here.
the polar opposite of Velma from Scooby-Doo. I never lose, never break these things. But the rest of my body can be shattered instead.
You also kind of have the same glasses of her. Thelma's got pretty similar glasses to you now that I think about it.
That would be me, though. If they ended up falling off while I was snowboarding, I just wouldn't be able to
You would be done.
be like, somebody help me. At least it's like, okay, well, I just have to look for the black frames on the white snow.
That's
So that would stand out even with my limited vision.
That's true. That's true. You wouldn't have too difficult of a time finding them. I gave up the glasses a while ago. I used to wear them.
I can't I mean, those are like two things I can't imagine you wearing. Glasses and having hair.
Yeah, and I used to have both.
Yeah.
I used to have really long hair.
That's frightening to me.
Have I ever showed you the pictures of when I had long hair?
I think I saw it when it was like not long, but
maybe I'll post them on social media after. I look way different.
anyways,
Like,
there's
follow me
something.
at Paperthin here on Twitter. Selfless plug. I will post, I'll just do it. I will post a picture of myself after this match of me with long hair. Remind me to do it because I will forget because today is long.
It's gonna end up on the disturbing images subreddit.
What do you mean disturbing? I was a handsome young lad. I'll
I've
have you
known
know.
you for years.
I know.
The Korean fans are staring at us
it's
because we're yelling at
disturbing
each other.
'cause it-
But like, I have known you for years, and you have just always been bald.
Yeah.
So yes, it's strange if I see you with hair.
Now I
It's
see
the
why-
same thing
okay.
with Wolf on
I
the
thought-
LCK.
Yeah.
When the first time I ever saw a picture of him without a beard, I was like, what the hell is this?
That's true. That would be off-putting. I would say off-putting, not disturbing. That's why I was like disturbing. I was like, man, I wasn't that ugly.
You become so accustomed to something that when you see it, not that anymore. It's just,
Yeah,
it's like seeing Crashies without a chain around his neck.
true. That would be very
You know?
unsettling.
It just doesn't feel right. Or like if we saw, if Ye came out on stage today and he had shaved his facial hair, that would probably take some people by surprise.
Yeah, or if we saw, Sideshow in regular clothes.
At this point, Sideshow, look, I love Sideshow to death. Sideshow is a bit like, what's her name from the X-Men?
What, Mystique?
Mystique. He's a bit like Mystique. Every time you see Sideshow, there's something a little bit different.
Yep.
Like there was the time a couple years ago where he decided to shave his eyebrows for subs. So like,
I remember that.
I've seen
Oh,
that man
yeah.
with long hair. I've seen that man with long curly hair. I've seen him with just short curly hair. I've seen him bald. I've seen him with his
mustache.
his
I remember-
Robotnik mustache.
Yep.
I've seen him with the attempts at the
Robotnik.
beard as well. And he's just different every time you look at him. So whether it comes down to what his facial hair looks like, his clothing, nothing that Sideshow does will kind of surprise me anymore.
Is this why he grew the Robotnik mustache? Because in Japan, they call him
Probably.
Eggman. You know, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's not Dr. Robotnik. It's actually Eggman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it all makes sense.
I mean, he's been the egg for quite some time now.
That's true. He can
so-
have that title. I don't want it. It's all his, man.
I wish I was more. I wish I was gonna say I wish I was better at doing something that I'm not good at all at doing. So like, I wish what I should say
everyone wants.
I wish I was good at video editing.
Oh,
And because I would love to just edit Sideshow.
I can't do
into
it either.
The
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
that would be really funny.
Just crop his face over Jim Carrey.
So good. Somebody out there can do it.
Probably.
I can't do video editing either.
feel like
It's actually just too tedious for me. Like,
Well, I mean, I can do basic editing. I used to work as a videographer and editor.
yeah, I was gonna say,
for
didn't you
Team
have
Liquid.
that job? Yeah.
But tracking and superimposing sideshows face over something, like I've never really done that before, so it's a bit out of my ballpark.
Fair enough. It's so tedious. I really have a ton of respect for people who do that because it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's because you have to be so perfect and precise, and if you make a little mistake, you got to go back. Oh my god. Anyway, doesn't matter.
We just got our dinner delivery, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a
kimbap?
little bit upset. Yes, it is kimbap, but when they were handing it to me, I thought they were giving me a burrito, and I was like, that sounds awesome.
And then you remembered you're in Korea,
yeah,
and we don't have a lot of burrito places.
we
here.
don't. But I mean, we're in
There's a few.
where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Fairly trendy spot. I mean, you and I, we just tried like a New York style pizza place around the corner that was pretty decent.
Yeah.
But I thought it was going to be a burrito. It isn't a burrito, and now that is ruining my day more
your
than
day
this
is ruined. I mean, I get that. Getting your hopes up like that and then having them crash down to earth, tough stuff. It's like when I go to the convenience store and they don't have like the specific type of popcorn that I want or something.
And they don't have Asahi, proud sponsor of VCT Pacific.
That is the real tragedy.
I hate when that happens.
Real tragedy right there. I went to the Asahi Brewery in Fukuoka a while ago. Really cool. It's huge.
Oh, I imagine. I mean, it's the most consumed beer in the world.
Yeah.
So, unsurprising.
And the Fukuoka one like delivers to like a ton of countries in Asia because it's a port city down there. So, but it is. I mean, I knew it'd be big, but it was like way bigger than I was expecting. It was really cool though.
Yeah, I have to go. I need to do way more exploration, just in Asia in general,
Yeah.
especially in Japan, because I've only ever really been to Tokyo and Osaka. So I've never been to like
Oh.
Okinawa. I've never been to Kyoto. Any of
Oh,
those
you never been to
places.
Kyoto?
Yeah.
Oh, you're missing out.
I want to, and we talked about this off broadcast, but we've got nothing else to talk about right now, so I'll just go ahead and
We talk about whatever we
again.
want.
I really, really want to go to Hokkaido.
Yeah.
So that is
I went
currently the dream trip for going snowboarding, because everybody that I talk to has just said that it is the absolute one of the best places in the world to go snowboarding. So that's the dream trip. So that's something that I'm looking to make a reality going into maybe the end of 2024, if not the beginning of 2025. Head over there.
You should.
Try to catch it when the season isn't too busy,
You should. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous part of the world. I mean, I went there last year. Just phenomenal. Beautiful. People are great. Food is amazing. Seafood. The best seafood I had in my life was up there. I mean, just absolutely just wonderful. I would go back in a heartbeat. It is truly